What's going on, guys? So we are out here in Goshen, Indiana, spending time with the folks over at Brinkley at their dealer open house, taking a look at new models for 2025. In front of me, you were looking at an all-new model-ish, right? This is a Model Z. This is the 2670, and there's a lot of really cool things that they've done here. Now, they're not going to claim, especially in front of me, that this is half-ton towable. I don't think it even lives in that world, but as long as you have the right payload on a 3/4 ton truck, then you can tow this just fine. So you just want to be sure, and I'm guessing once we look at the numbers, what's the GVWR on this thing?
It is $13,995 and dry just under 10.3. So
okay, so you probably need, let's say, about 4,000 pounds worth of total cargo capacity to probably be able to handle the pin weight plus all the stuff you load inside of the vehicle, your family and all of that stuff. Would you guesstimate that's a fair number?
I would say, I mean, hitch weight's 1,800 or so pounds, so you got some room to play with there.
Okay.
Newer 3/4 tons, obviously, I think.
Yeah,
well
maybe
within.
3,600 pounds, 3,500 pounds.
Yeah,
then.
I
Yep.
would say that's probably a good number.
Very
sure.
cool.
Yep.
Speaking of, I got my good friend.
How's it going, guys?
You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Brendan. I'm with Brinkley RV. We've done a couple videos together, so you guys might recognize me, but he's back out here today.
Absolutely.
We're ready to shoot some footage and see some new floor plans. So.
Yep. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Okay, so before we get started, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit. So we have an unloaded weight or a dry weight of 10,291 pounds, a GVWR of 13,995 pounds, a hitch weight, a dry hitch weight of 1,809 pounds. So just keep in mind, everything you load in the front and in the basement is going to add to that weight. Some of it will go to the axles, some of it will go to the vehicle, but you could probably expect when fully loaded to be at about 2,500 pounds is what I would imagine. Exterior length 29 feet 11 inches, so almost 30 feet long. Very cool. So Brendan,
Yeah.
let's walk through this. I'm going to let you be the main lead in this tour, and I'm going to try not to interrupt you because I get a lot of flack when I do that, brother.
No, I like it. You always got good feedback. So yeah, starting big picture, obviously it's the smallest Model Z we've ever made at 2911. Kind of gets you into any state, any national park, but you know, we wanted to utilize every square foot so you didn't have to sacrifice if you are going to that 29-foot 11 fifth wheel. So right here on the campsite, you have a 12-volt refrigerator. So perfect for the cold ones of your choice, whatever you want to put in. It does have an off switch in there. If you don't use it, turn it off. Don't have to worry about it. You can even take it out if you don't want. Then you have another compartment space. And then underneath, you kind of have a similar saddle bag to what's in your pass-through. So if you want to put drinks, a cooler in here, you can take this rotator off and drain the water out as well. So again, just another little use of space that we can get by with using there.
Very cool. Real quick, just so I get this out of the way, you're running the Cooper Works H-rated 17.5-inch wheels and tires. Very good setup. Running the Road Armor from Lippert. This is a very good suspension equalizer. I actually revealed this on my channel. Heavy-duty shackle straps, greasable wet bolts. Very good setup on your suspension right there. And you're going to show the PinBox, right?
We're going to show the PinBox. Awesome. I know that's your favorite part. Pass through here, and even going on like with a smaller unit. You know, obviously our bigger ones have the same wheel and tire setup. Going smaller, we don't want to sacrifice, so obviously give you the same exact setup. But in the pass-through, I mean, really large pass-through storage. You got hot and cold water, outdoor speaker, battery monitor, everything you're used to seeing in every other Model Z. And then you do have your sliding basement doors. So again, if you do need to access anything in the basement, whatever it might be, you have these really massive, large sliding walls that are removable to get in here and take care of anything that you might need to. So,
very nice and clean. It's almost like you use a wiring harness.
It's crazy how that works, right?
Yeah, they do use a wiring harness in case anybody didn't know that.
So JD's favorite part, we have a Helix PinBox. So this is the 1,250-pound spring. We've been super happy with it. We've done a lot of testing with it. It's been a long time in the making to make sure that we had crossed our T's, dot our I's, because this is a big change.
Yes.
I mean, you know, a lot of people might not think it, but want to make sure, you know, based off hitch weights, how people are going to load this isn't going to counteract itself and make the towing experience worse. So we're super happy with it.
SAE tested, 900,000 cycles. Yep. Very good.
Done good work, and it's pretty good looking as far as I'm concerned.
24,000 pound tow capacity, 3,510 pound hitch weight capacity.
Up front here, this is our front bulkhead storage. We'll get our light to kick on. So we have a battery box built in, fits 2 Group 27 batteries, 60 amp charge controller tied to one 370 watt panel, Again, you can add a second 370 if you want. You got your main battery disconnect on the left-hand side, gen wiring ready, and then you got your hydraulic pump. So,
are you running lithium iron phosphate batteries yet?
So we actually don't ship them with any battery. We
Okay.
leave that completely up to the customer.
But it's great that you guys have the MPPT
Exactly.
solar charge controller.
It's ready for whatever battery setup you want.
Absolutely, and that's a 60 amp solar charge controller, so that is absolutely ready for just about as big a solar panel package as you want. And what kind of solar do you have on here?
One 370 watt, and then it's rated for another 370 watt. Anything more than that second 370, you'd have to either upgrade a charge controller, add an additional charge controller, but I mean, you can have 740 in the matter of 15-20 minutes.
Absolutely.
Put that second panel on there.
They got the new hydraulic leveling system from
Yep.
Lippert.
Especially like a unit at this weight, hydraulic. I'm not a huge fan of electric because it's stinking slow. Once you get used to hydraulic, it's really hard to go back to electric
I
because
do.
it's so wicked fast.
I love the speed of hydraulic. I love
Yeah.
the strength of hydraulic, but I like the serviceability
I would
of
agree.
electric.
Yeah, I would agree. There's a give and a take with everything, right? But over here on your off-door side, your utility center, this is always my job when it comes to this side. So you got your electric dump valves, your B&B utility board, so it makes, whether it's dry camping, city water, fill your tanks, super simple. Your built-in 65-foot city water hose that everyone's come to love. And then our brass fittings here. So it's kind of tough to see, unless we open a cabinet door or something once we go inside, but our brass fittings, so as opposed to plastic on all the PEX lines, which is pretty industry norm. That was one of our biggest warranty issues in our past. So we figured, hey, let's use brass. It'll eliminate those problems. Obviously, it's more money, more weight.
Well, that was a consumer-driven request,
Exactly.
right? They said, can you do it? And they decided to do it. And I remember when the announcement came out and you guys are like, we're switching to brass. So that is awesome. Something that I just want to mention about these. So these are the Valterra gate control valves. The reason why somebody might want those is because when you have the traditional levers, first of all, they're super janky. But secondly, the problem a lot of people run into, they either pull them, they get jammed, pull them too hard, they break the cable, or they break some part of it while they're working. And if you break one of those, you're going to have a very stressful trip. With these, they work really good because they actuate at the correct speed and the correct pressure, and it's actually been determined that by using these, your gate control valves actually last longer as well. So that's a really good reason to consider an RV that has your Valterra gate control valves versus the manual valves.
Yep. Right on. On-demand hot water heater, furnace, you got your sewer hose holder, and then your one termination point here in the back with a clear valve. If you got or clear cover, if you ever see me at a show somewhere, ask me a story about that, and I'd be happy.
I don't think you
fill
need to ask me, or I mean, anybody needs to ask. That's pretty pretty
unfortunately.
obvious, probably
You guys
what
have
happened to
probably
you.
Been through it yourselves.
Yep.
Here in the back, with it being a rear living, you still have this awesome rear storage. So, light folding tables, chairs, a little Blackstone.
Yeah. And that's between the frame rails, which is really cool. This is typically space that's completely concealed and dead in almost all other RVs.
Yeah.
I love how you guys open this type of space back up.
Heck yeah. You got your heavy duty ladder, 300 pounds.
And you still include
The backup camera.
the backup camera. It's not, hey, it's prepped for a Furrion wireless backup camera. You get the backup camera.
Get it.
Very cool, and I love the LED strip lighting. It's so cool to see the stuff that just comes on a Brinkley.
Yep.
All right,
You ready to go in?
let's do it, man. We're gonna be entering this Model Z 2670. All right, I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna pan around really slow so people can see what they're looking at here. It's crazy, as short as I want these videos to be, I just can't do it with the Brinkley.
Right on, man.
All right, take it away.
Yeah, so we walked in. This is the living room kitchen area. So where the camera's pointed out, this is our kitchen. So tons of countertops prep space, tons of cabinetry. You got your big farm sink here, overhead storage, a lot of it, lights to make it look nice and beautiful in here. Storage underneath the sink to the right of it. We got our 3-burner cooktop and our oven, microwave above it, and then just to the right of it, we have our trash can and our paper towel holder. That's obviously standard in every Brinkley.
Oh yeah.
Can't skimp there. And then you'll notice something. You ready? Check this out. Let me find a drawer. Let me shift this over. Something everyone's been asking.
Let me try to guess whenever you do it, because I think
Yeah.
my gut tells me I'll know what it is.
Ready?
Soft closing.
Soft close, baby.
That's awesome, brother.
So we're there. We made it. That's been a long time in the making. But yeah, we've been super happy with it. Above the dinette, you have one there, one on the other side. So you're gonna have no shortage of utensils. if you need them.
And can we pull this out so people can see what that looks like?
So this is our dinette. It's on basically like a roller glide on the back with these ball bearings. So I mean it slides back and forth super smooth, and then it just pulls out. And there is a leaf that sticks behind here, so if you do want to turn this into a 4-person dinette, you can. So obviously we don't have it on this just for viewing purposes, but there is a leaf you can put on there to make this a full dinette. So super functional. If you want it out, you have it. If you don't, it slides back in. It takes up very little real estate. So slide it back in, and then once it's in, you shift it all the way over, and that's transit position. There's a lock on the left-hand side, and then it does come with these 2 ottomans. You can see right here. Super comfy. You again have storage underneath of them, and they glide on these little plastic bars underneath, so you can slide them around. So perfect 2 little seats for your dinette area.
It's very cool.
In the back, you got your tri-fold sofa, end tables on each end. And then in the back of the end tables, boom, pop them up. You have outlets, USB, USB-C. I mean, this thing is littered with outlets as far as what you can
Perfect.
see.
Now, what I don't know is, can you get a Model Z with dual pane windows?
You can, yep.
Okay,
so
perfect.
We basically have 2 options in Model Z. If it's a bed slide, you have a king or queen bed, and then you have dual pane windows. So obviously this being a north-south bed, your only option is going to be dual pane windows. So if you're full-time and spending extended time in the unit somewhere where it may be loud, dual panes is definitely a good option for sure.
You know what, brother? Fury on Chill Cube.
Yeah.
I have been torture testing one in South Texas at 80 degrees. It runs 24/7 for the past 4 months.
Really?
Just to run it nonstop. They told me I could. They told me I could run the thing for 5 years without any problem. So I've been trying to do that, and we've had average of 100 to 115 degree days in South Texas. It virtually never shuts off. And it's been running flawlessly. And the cool thing about it is, what I was concerned about was whenever there's power on, whenever it's on period, it doesn't go into that automatic shutdown mode that a lot of RVs do, where the whole thing shuts off completely. When the compressor shuts off, the fan spins down to this really slow speed, and that concerned me. I was like, how long is it going to last if this fan is running all the time? So far, no problems, man. It's been really awesome, and it cools so well. Been blown away with it. How have you guys felt about them?
No, that's great feedback. I'd say we probably feel the same way. We have a lot of full-timers, higher than I think we would have ever thought we had, and they're loving the Chill Cube. A lot of people living in Texas, Florida, Southern California, a ton of people, and we've had nothing but great feedback on it. I mean, the thing is so quiet.
Yep, I spoke with the engineers on it, and they had told me we took the design and we basically took a super high-end window unit and we turned it into a rooftop unit.
It's awesome.
So I've been very pleased with it.
We've been blown away. We're super happy with it. But moving over here into our other living area, we got our 2 recliners. You got heat on each side, USBs, your wireless phone charger that is waterproof, so you can put a drink in it, and then you have storage with 2 more USBs in the center of it.
Very good.
Moving over from there into our pantry, you got 3 drawers that are really deep. Again, on soft close, shelves above that, so tons and tons of pantry space. And then we have our 12-volt, 16 cubic foot refrigerator, so you can run this thing going down the road. Don't need an inverter. It's going to stay nice and cool for you.
Very good. Let's head upstairs.
So in our bathroom, 1-piece fiberglass shower, 79.5 inch upper deck height, which is one of the tallest in the industry. So we've been super happy with it. Especially we go to shows, get a bunch of tall guys. They're like, oh my gosh, I can walk through doorways. It's pretty awesome. But big body spray. I call it the human car wash. It's got all sorts of different apparatuses to spray you with there. So plenty of room in the shower with our waterproof light. So you're not relying on sunlight or whatever, your light from the other part of the bathroom for your shower. It's nice and bright in there. But in the bathroom toilet, you got your removable toilet paper holder, and then you got your stainless steel sink, your vanity mirror, and then this is actually pass-through storage, so you can use the linen in the bedroom as more storage if you need it.
Very cool. Moving up to the front upper deck area.
Into the bedroom here. So, believe it or not, 2911, this thing is washer dryer prepped. So, you can kind of see how this is built out here. It's basically a cassette. You'd remove the drawers, and then this stuck out piece would pull out, and then you'd see all your hookups for your washer dryer, and you can put a stackable, which is really cool for something this size. Usually that's an amenity that you lose, but we were able to find a way to get it in here, which we're super happy about. But yeah, opening up this, you got hanging storage on the left, and then you saw the linen from the inside of the bathroom over there. So foot of the bed, 32-inch smart TV. You got your 3 little hanging hooks here that are magnetized up. On each side of the bed, you got your 2 nightstands, cubbies above and below, outlets on each side. Got basically everything, but I'm gonna lift the bed up. Check this out. So you got felted storage on each side with more storage in between, and I think this is probably the perfect spot for whether it's a collapsible hamper or any sort of hamper that you might have. And then at the very back, you got a little door with more storage that opens up. And then you got 2 sets of drawers on each side, but there's more. So I'm gonna pull this bed out. We're gonna get a little crafty here. They're gonna be mad because we're messing this bed up, but that's okay, because it's worth it. So check this out. Underneath your bed,
Oh wow,
hidden
that is
storage.
cool, man.
Isn't that slick?
That is cool. It was hidden until this video, but that's cool. I did not know that was there. Has that always been a feature?
It has. Well, this is the first. The 2670 was the first one.
Okay,
that we've
okay,
been
yeah.
doing this on. So like the 2900 that you've seen it didn't have it. This is the first one that we've
And
gotten on.
it's oddly the appropriate length for certain appliances
Certain appliance.
somebody may
We won't
own
say it, but
in
you
Texas.
guys can use your head. So, yeah, we're super happy about this bedroom area. It's super roomy. You got basically all the amenities outside of obviously king bed, but in a lot of cases you don't really need it.
I'm gonna help him make the bed here real quick.
Perfect. Marketing's gonna love us.
There we go. And
There it
boy,
is.
this whole facility has just exploded with growth
been-
since I've been here
it's
like a
been
year and a half ago.
It's awesome.
It's
We've been
crazy.
super blessed to have great owners that are investing in all of us, and obviously great product in turn. So it's been
Absolutely.
fun.
Yeah.
We're just getting started.
Well, Brandon, I really appreciate it. Great tour. We have
Thank
other
you.
models we're going to look at and show you some of the really cool things that the folks over here at Brinkley are doing. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.